Hello people, it's me, Libloini. I still have a cold, but the game must go on, so welcome to my Let's Play of Dominion 6. We are fighting Makone, a giant nation of giants, with our elf lords. Lots of battles, but since we're fighting AI, not much of consequence. In Kronburg, another tiny squad of annoyances marched in. Melma, well, we lost some of our units, but we also squished the local defenses. Then Anremark, and well, we marched in and lost some of our 101 sacreds. I didn't know I had already recruited that many. Sorry. And we killed the stupid AI force marching around in our territory. Simply put, because AI being AI, it decided this turn to not move. So we caught up to it. Let's look what we actually did in battle. Yep. We are twilighting it up as femoral blasting, and then we also summoned a shitload of fake soldiers. Let's take a look. The warrior illusion. Mediocre attack skills. Normal size. A single hit point. No protection because it's just magic. And it has a phantasmal weapon that does not much do damage. But it's armor negating, so protection won't help. So not as useful as I thought it would be. But there are 20 targets to hit. And there are illusions. Yeah, I know. Like shades, they can't be affected. They have spirit sight, so they can't be blinded or something. And they are mindless, so they can't run away. Ethereal. This means 3 out of 4 hits will just do nothing. And they're inanimate. That means you do need mages. And most spells that would keep the living down, like drain life, sleep, and so on, don't work. And regeneration doesn't work either. They're also immune to diseases and affliction healing effects. Would be funny if they could be deceased as they are just on single hit point and don't exist outside of battle. So while they can't do much, they can eventually wear down the enemy. And of course, oh wow, that's a lot of blasting. Yeah, okay. It seems that was a bit too much for those poor giants, especially since they only had that one mage. That was a bit overkill, I would say. Then Gwilf, yes, the Drake and Scorpion squad is marching on. Then another snap fight between Muspelheim and Arco. I hope they show me bigger battle in the future so I can cook. And we got a walled city finished. Thank you, giants. Not even sacred, so there is literally nothing to watch here. The Herze is not even a priest, so it's just province defense, I guess. Let's go here. The walled city differs in that we have a lot more supply compared us to our others. The siege defense is lower, but wall integrity is too, but we have more administration. That means more what was the word? More resources show up. Recruitment point bonus 100%. Compare this with our fortress here. Less administration, less recruitment point bonus, less supplies. Less siege defense, but the wall integrity is better. So the giant fortress we took over is in fact better than everything we have. So since I've cleaned up down here, Toshikatsu, you can move onward, but you can go back down to recruitment. I have no idea how those ended up there. Yeah. Anyway, this is finished. And since they were surrounded by our provinces, all survivors got deleted. So let's move our troops there. And you guys, you're moving down here. Throw them out, please, and then go to that forest. Yeah, it's ready to rumble, this tiny army. Tiny and let's be more conservative here. Let's see if our little squadron of units is enough. No idea if the AI does something surprising here. But with our main army arriving in the theater next turn, there is not much place where they can go. And we will continue offensive operations there. And thanks to the AI sending all their units piecemeal as fast as they can. And ooh, Calum is arriving. So yeah, it seems at least one player has noticed that my corner isn't actually controlled by a human anymore. And of course they took the kelp forest, to my eternal annoyance. So guys, Masamune, you can stay here, and you two, you are marching forward, please. Can I go to... Well, it takes 2 turns anyway. So next turn we can finally attack down below here, and of course there are those fuckers. The original plan was to just use tons and tons of what was the word? Illusion. Oh god, I'm still not really good. Hey, more secrets, please. Thank you. And I have money left over now for recruitment. We need more research down here, so let's... Oh, whoa, that was the wrong one. This guy, this lady, please. Now there is still something left, and this means we can start recruiting. I still haven't yet built a... well. More glamour mages are always better. Well, not much more to be done here. God, I hope tomorrow is a better day. 220 research and construction 5 is done, and then it's time to forge some boosters, I guess. Yeah, this is a shorter one. Fuck it, I can't deal with this today. Tomorrow, it goes onward, people. Libluini. Hello, it's me, Libluini, and I'm back here with my Dominion 6 Let's Play. By now you should know the drill. We are playing as Gemma the Holograms, goddess of TNN, and we are trying to conquer the world. In the name of music. We are still fighting AI Mekone, and therefore there is a lot of conflict in this turn. So I'll try to do this fast, because while I'm feeling better than yesterday, I still have a slight fever, so thinking is probably not my best right now. First, we finally got Construction 5. Now we are switching to Alteration 5, so before we go through all these battles, let me check this here. Yeah, we are slowly coming towards the end here. We need new research goals. Something I'm thinking about is trying to go for Fey 8 warriors, since even our super elves only have dark vision, and so, as strange as it sounds, someone using illusion magic could actually do something against us. And of course our growing block of mundane units, like our slingers for example, can't do jack shit about illusions. So this would be a useful spell to have. With its fatigue costs and its base level 3 glamour requirements, it's kind of well, a spell for our main mages to cast, but while it's not exactly battle-wide, 20 plus area of effect is still a lot. At range 15 is enough to cover a good chunk of our side of the battlefield. So it'd be a nice option to throw on some of our units to undo most of the damage all those glamour spells can do. Well, not the actual false damage, but just things like blur effects and the like. What we also need is in Thaumaturgy, and that's the Gates of Horn and Ivory, a nice little global spell that would upgrade our glamour income, which we really need. And of course it also upgrades our ritual in the province where we cast it. That's something to take into account. The Forgotten Palace. The caster casts a spell on a fortress in a nearby province, makes it disappear. Oh, I know the spell. It's basically the reverse of the fake castle spell I have talked in earlier episodes. It makes a castle you have disappear and hides it from the enemy. Situationally useful. Sandman's Blessing is another combat spell. It will try to make people sleep, and that's it. With my luck, if I actually script this spell, I'll probably go up against undead or unsleeping automatons and the like. Group luck is a bit weird, especially since it's just a small group of 3+ people and a rather hefty cost. But luck is actually a fairly nice effect, since it gives a very high chance of just escaping when a deadly blow or spell falls on you. It's a nice thing to have for our elves, since they are hard to hit in the first place, but kind of squishy if they get hit. So those two would be nice to have. Evocation, well, Illusory Attack is a nice ritual to have. It's a simulation of our combat spell, the Illusory Army, just, as a ritual, so you can target provinces instead of just enemy units. Shimmering Fields, I talked about. It's a combat spell that just dreams people to death, even your own people, and it's mostly useful because of its insane area of effect. So better not stand in front of the mage then. But we have level 5 and a lot of spells already here. Alteration also has some neat things like Shadow Warriors, a larger version than our group blur, which, as a reminder, also has a rather tiny effect area of 3+. And Shadow Warriors has 20+, so it's a bit more useful. So of course it now uses gems. It's all nice to have, but since we're already going for Conjuration 6, I probably start to... let's throw some levels here. Oh god. Oh god. The entire day I was almost feeling better. Okay. Well, that is done in 1-2 turns. Then we switch to Alteration for that need. Oh, I already had Alteration 5 cured up, so well, that makes it easier. What's more important? Enchantment 4. Gift of Splendor is can only cast by one of our mages. R1. That's useful. Simulacrum. It's a useful spell to have. I think I've already explained it. Basically exchanges the mage with fake double, and if the double dies, then well, then you have a high chance of getting your real person back. But if the simulacrum actually survives for long enough, then the mage's original soul withers and dies, and I guess after a year or so, when the soul is dead, you're stuck with the simulacrum. A bit cruel, but I'm also kind of intrigued, because I wonder what would happen after that 1 year. Obviously, if your simulacrum then dies, you won't getting the original back, that's long gone. But can I then, after a year, cast the same spell again for a second attempt? I then get the simulacrum exchanged with a simulacrum, I then get the fake simulacrum soul back. It's one of those things I'm not even sure the developers have thought the implications through. And I know it's a multiplayer game and I probably shouldn't wildly experiment, but just for that I think I'll put enchantment 4 on the list. And then Taumaturgy for doesn't really seem useful. Visions of Death. Well, it's high damage, armor negating, but magic resistance can't be negating. That's essentially a spell that makes a victim dream of death. It's also just one person, so it's mostly a long-range single magic punch where no protection helps. It would be a nice tool to bring down hardier enemies, so why not? All tools help. And besides, we are slowly walking our way to our actual research goals. Dreamwild, the Messner, yes, of course, the anti-unrest and anti-bad events ritual. And then the Feywild Warriors. And Taumaturgy 5 would have Confusion, Group Luck, yes, of course. This is more something situational. But it's opening up the way to colors of Horn and Ivory. Let's keep up the good thing. And then the next enchantment 6, and then we'll make a run for Taumaturgy 7. And then I'll reconsider. So basically this is a research queue. How exactly do you pronounce cure in English? Q? Anyway, this entire list of research is now 125% glamour only. There are of course other useful spells we could have, but Jam and the Holograms is all about glamour, so we are concentrating on this. And now let's take a look at other shit. Oh, our alchemist has actually found a magic site that was left over in its Incredra. Yeah, it's filling up right now. We had the Chamber of Change that gives us alteration bonus and another Earth game bonus, and the White Hill, which gives us supply points, nature increases growth, and oh yeah, I blew the surprise already. The Chamber of Change, this is the new one. And important to note for the future, if I have to need use of alteration rituals, then the Chamber of Changes would make it fairly better. I think 20%, yes, 20% less gems used. That is a nice little bonus. I didn't misinterpret this. 20% less, yes. And that's for all of them. So for example, fire would also cost less. Transmute fire, which just gives you a nice chunk of gold in exchange for fire gems, would suddenly cost 8 gems, and now it starts to look tasty. Any other rituals here? Well, nope. But we have of course other. That's Astro. Our Astro mages aren't that good actually. Nature. Mother Oak is an alteration ritual. So if we actually manage to cast this at some point, this would actually give us a huge discount Of course, as a global ritual, you would normally put extra gem into it, just to give it a bit protection against someone trying to replace it. Another org also, well, okay, new. In Dominions 5 you only got more nature gems. In Dominion 6 it also increases the growth scale by 2. And since extreme scales can also be damaging, you can actually hurt yourself with rituals like this now. Not in our case, because our growth scales aren't that high, but it's neat to know. Air rituals, we haven't any of. Chemical transmutation, the same thing, but less money for us for some reason. Possibly because it's a spell of a lower level. But again, we could use a discount on it. Let's... Oh, Afghan alchemy. That is still not as good as the fire version. Kind of funny. Transmute fire is even level 5 instead of 6. Well, we have higher earth than fire income. Well, any other rituals? Blood magic? None. Absolutely. Yeah, of course, the alteration is something completely different from blood magic. Any other upgrade? Glamour. Huh, there are actually some. Eternal Twilight. Yeah, that's actually global enchantment, but it's extremely far away for us right now. Of course, alteration sites and global spells. Huh, it's situational, I guess. If there are enough free slots and you feel lucky. There are also, of course, new anti-global spells. So, overcasting to make your global harder to dispel is not as useful as it was in Dominions 5. Yes. Death, of course. There are some. Yeah, don't have death mages, but there aren't that many alteration thingies anyway. Yeah, it's not the best side, but I guess I can get a discount when I'm using one of those make money spells. Would give us some additional mages to recruit, I guess. Oh, God. The question remains, of course, would the side round down or up? Because if Manifest Vitriol minus 20% actually means it costs 1 gem less, that would be nice, because then we could get those magical green lines for cheap, and I'm interested to see them. But enough doubling around. All the shit is done. Let's go to... Oh, one of my leaders got assassinated? Well, no. What is a Cryptos? Oh, size 6. Hit points. It's a giant assassin. And it's still stealthy. Assassin. Oh, patience bonus of 0. That's funny. So they are giants, assassins, and impatient. And they have a petrol bonus for times when you don't want to use them as assassins. Well, the enemy tried with one of our Fearborgs. Well, let's look at this in detail. Oh yes, everyone is kind of confused because a giant has just walked into the tavern door. And our Fearborg champion springs to action, while his one Amazon friend, I guess he was on a date or something, shoots back. And then the giant just stands there while... Oh yes, that's of course super stupid. Our giant starts killing random peasants and losing tons of hit points. He's already weakened, I guess because of the many... Oh, and then he runs away and gets killed by a stab in the back. That was the dumbest attempt at assassination I've always seen. I guess the lesson here is don't send an angry giant to boot as an assassin. Then there was a small battle in Kronenburg. He had We lost one of our Pegasus Riders again, but this time they killed something. One of our 2 others died, and the reason they killed something is that Kronburg had upgraded province defense. Not too much, but still enough. I guess the AI is really into losing money. Well, it's not that much stuff. Yeah, that Stompy Giant. Ooh, he manages to kill 1 2 other and then dies immediately. That is chaotic. I'm guessing one of the horses died to our own spears. Anyway, that's a small skirmish. Kronburg is ours. And we have some money left over, so let's give some Mino shit back. Next up is Grove. Grove, we actually lost the battle. Tons of our hard to hit she-warriors, well, not that hard to hit, but they're still glamour, but they still died in their large numbers. It's possible because, well, cave drakes are kind of shit. They can't partly see in the dark. Scorpion beasts too, and they can at least hit fairly well and have multiple attacks. But still, it's a bit excessive death. I guess those giant hoplites also took a swing at them. Well, oh yes, of course, the province defense was also there. We're also the only ones taking losses. Our fast and furious attack wasn't as fast and furious as I thought it would be. Let's speed things up. Yeah, that was a bit more than expected. I kind of had hoped I could just overwhelm the animals. But I guess after taking some losses, the survivors ran away. Nope. I guess we have to take this seriously now. Then there is Arco attacking Makona, taking some fairly high losses, but also defeating a fairly insanely high province defense in Tiash. So on the other hand, thank fuck that I didn't have to crack that province. On the other hand, I'm guessing the player of Arco has noticed that Makona is long gone, even if on Discord our bot is still marking him as human. But the game itself, of course, tells us that he's long gone. And finally, someone took some time out. And then it's just basically just huge monster bash here. Oh, wait, Arco has rooted? No, they have won. It's one of those cases where the video doesn't show the true thing that happened. Or does it? Nope, Arco has indeed won. But they took such a shit ton of losses, the game itself got confused for a while. It made a nice video that shows the exact opposite that happened. Dominion 6 can be funny that way sometimes. I think the reason is because the battle video is actually a fairly separate recreation of the actual battle calculations. So sometimes a battle ends slightly different in the video than in the game itself. Can be annoying if this happened. Then we killed a mage and some hoplites because they marched into our Kappa cloud. Well, that's another skirmish, this time we won. As you can see, the AI is really addicted to sending up two tiny squads to matter. And then, faced with so many double attacks, the giants eventually get defeated by our Jackie Chans of the underworld. Underwater, I should say. I ruined that joke. And the enemy mage was already dead before, so he didn't even hear me. Too bad. Then there was battle in the Cloudbreakers, where now Muspelheim attacks Asphodel, Arco wins. Asphodel is a different nation, very different. Now we see more giants. This time it's fire giants. Even more hit points, a bit less protection, slightly different skills in attack and defense, but still nice. And they have firepower, which means if it gets hot, they get stronger. They also have the heat aura of 8. That's kind of bit mean. So basically after 10 turns standing around too close to them, most units will just fall asleep due to heat. They're also highly fire resistant, so fire spells don't really work on them. But they are susceptible to shock. And they are sacreds. Do we actually see the blast in action a bit? Yep, they get blessed. And then they run off. And now they also have a fire shield that gives 7 fire damage per turn to everything around them. Yes, here. Anyone that attacks. So I often use this means even to hurt them, you have to hurt yourself. Very philosophical. Anything else? Oh, they have also regeneration. No wonder that they killed so much shit. And they got unsurroundable now. Yeah, that's probably important for giants. It makes it harder to collect penalties due to being surrounded. Also nice to have for giants. But of course the combo of fire shield and regen is hard to top, since not only are enemy units killing themselves trying to hit those things, if they do damage it gets regenerated away. And even 10%, it's something like 6 hit points per turn. And their fire swords also do a shitload of magic damage. So they're kind of hard not to crack. Probably if I encounter Muspelheim for real, I should invest in some kind of protection spells. I hope nature and glamour magic have some protection spells, otherwise things could get ugly, where I just have to spam the battlefield with untold numbers of illusionary units. Because if those die, well, 7 AP damage would be 7 times the number of HP average illusionary unit has. But as long as I can't touch my real units, my glamour mages can still grind them down over time, since they aren't resistant against dreams, only against fire. Well, it's certainly a hard battle. Let's see if we can avoid it for the time. Then the final thing was Embracer. A prospector genius found a small gold deposit, but our expenses were high enough that there still was no money left. So, operations. Since our Kappas have a shit ton of attacks, they could probably defeat the army in Gwerth. How many of... Yeah, that's the problem with that Arco battle. Since the video tells us something that's completely wrong, I have no idea. Well, the Kardashians are basically deleted. Clayman mostly gone. Elephants mostly gone. So I would say even if they won the battle, there's not much left. So I can take my rest army here, and since the Kappas are surprisingly hard to defeat, I'll reroute them into Gwerth for now. Let's shore this up. Yeah, that's of course funny. Arco used this fairly big stack, but because Mekone put so much money into defense, that's for now the only province they can get. But hey, I'm only taking Blue Coast if it's absolutely necessary. And now we have Pizzas with her small army here. That went surprisingly well. So to make sure I can keep at least one forest province, I'm immediately moving her at detachment to the dead forest. One, two, three glamour mages. let's put first of all these here to research. But Harvey here and a limb. It was probably just too slow. And this one, chest wound and crippled. Oh yes, that's our front foilers. So those two at least don't go anywhere. Assassin, maybe too important. I'm a bit scared of using my squishy mage assassins against giants. So I'm keeping them back for now. But I'm taking this squad of mages, make sure that they have something scripted and aren't directly in front of the enemy, and make them join the army. And of course they want to sneak, something I told you earlier about. Sneaky commanders sometimes do this, and then you have to press down control and repeat, so they actually join up with the army like they should do. So, oh, it looks better. Now Pizzazz has more than just the 3 mages here. Sadly, I don't think I can send more units since they are just too slow. But here, let's give one of our mages at random. Well, not the moving ones. Here, you look fresh. You get your own squad of helpers. So, that's done. Kuna era is recruitment going on? Yeah. Assassins and those. That's going on in Quadra. We're still moving our army around. Ah yes, of course. It will take some time. Yeah, the AI army marching up here into my realm really cost us a lot of time. And now we have to speed things up. I guess 2 things are still working for us. 1, Muspelheim and Arco are still fighting. And 2, the army Arco traders was just some Hazard defensive army, basically used because I'm guessing La Pinta was far enough away from the battlefront. It didn't matter anyway, because Muspelheim would need to wade through Mekone first, and God knows if Muspelheim's player has even noticed or cares about Mekone's status as player or not. Of course, we are also bordering Muspelheim in the south. There's also Kalem and Varnheim. So Varnheim has a bit trouble. They would have to need some of their sailing commanders in range, which of course, now that I remember that they're also elves, they're probably there, but I can't see them. So we have to keep moving and snatch as many of those provinces as we can. And if my Guelph Gambit works out, I'll have to take the road to Dead Forest so I can capture this Sea of Mermaids. And our larger army will then join our siege or even crack this. And then I split off a strong enough army to capture the outlying provinces. That's our goal for now. Recruitment in Quadra is still off research mode. Here we still... Oh yes, I forgot of those idiots. When am I? Oh yeah. Oh, that hurts a bit, but I really have to build a new temple here. Let's stop everything for now. Oh, not repeat, reset. Where are you? Reset. Ah, here. Whoop. That's enough. Quadra. Let's stop this so that we have at least some money left over. Stop, everything stop. So now I'm spending money first. So far, since you're half dead already, you can build a temple. So, and from now on I can recruit more combat mages closer to the front lines. We also have to keep up our recruitment of Sacred since they are limited in stock. Then we have absolutely nothing left over here. Uh, let's throw another scout in so we aren't wasting the entire turn. And oops, we're already run out of resources. Wow, okay. Yeah, we have absolutely have to. This way it goes. Why not? Game doesn't not enough gold. So let's keep it up this way. Then we get a new scout at least. And now we have to do something. I'm guessing I need to deploy jam now. I think I don't need my blessers like this priestess here. But hey, it's not like they can't do anything. They can't really upgrade my dominion here. They aren't mages, and why not keep it together for now? Now scripting. Okay, the blessers can have my bless script. It's not like I really care. I have to unravel this block a bit to see where all the mages are standing. Okay, that's those guys. They can get here. And you can, I guess, get your heads bashed in. Sorry. Now you get some additional units. So you're not supposed to run forwards. And you're also not supposed to run forwards. Yeah, I guess since you're a champion of magic, you can also have bless powers. I don't really care about what you're doing here, otherwise. More important are those. Yeah, they are very good at group blurring. We have something new. Wait, let me test. 6. Yeah, I never did something really mean-spirited. I think 125%. Oh, okay, that's of course a little bonus. Let's just illusion it all up here. Because this means she doesn't need to cast a group blur. And she can just twilight it up. Twilight, glamour. And after that twilight, it's right up to illusionary army. That's of ephemeral swords. Nice, but she is a titan of music. And the enemy is not supposed to get to her. Not with that many fake armies. You can you could red big freaks. You can butcher those weirdos here. Yeah, okay. Why not? Go full tilt here with those insane illusions. Let's script this in case I need something like this again. What did it take? Yep, it did. Oh, huh. Yeah, I actually didn't script anything of 8. Well, now I feel stupid. What was it? Oh, let's switch things up. Dance of the things. Then the other spell is just, oh yeah, of course. Then it works out because it's slower. I still have one slot free for other scripting, so now we have something on 8. A big bag sack of glamour gems. And let's hope that those troglodytes are actually triggering the script, because all Dominions games of the late era, 5 and 6 both, have this neat little function where the game tries to prevent you from wasting too many gems. Oh, Fury, who are you? Yep, Toil Palach. That's his name. So let's see if we can retake this here. And I'm really hoping that this doesn't trigger our safety, because I've lost more than one squad of mages because the game decided the enemy is too weak for some reason, so they just started casting whatever low level spells their AI thought was right and didn't use their gems, and they got, of course, butchered. I really hope Gem here is safe. She has, after all, nice protection as long as she doesn't get bashed on the head. While this bullshit is going on, I think it's funny how only one glamour mage. Let's see what can I do here. The Gossamer Veil got a glamour magic +1, an automatic blur, and even more stealth. That's kind of useful, but also needs glamour magic 3. So Wildly Forging has to wait until our mages come back from defeating the bad enemy up there in the north. Then research is done, army movement is done, and we continue next turn. Hopefully we can gain a foothold at least in the forest, so we can see some more of the really neat little glamour summons. Well, that's it. Deployee out. Okay. Deployee is back again, and it's another double turn. It turns out we were the last time. I guess that's, even if I'm at home, it can't work. I guess if you are feeling fuzzy because of fever and shit, you don't really manage to look at what time is telling to you, and oh, I'm rambling again. So, lots of battles this turn, but not all with us. First, battle in Melmar. Another attempt at the idiots to attack us. Well, they killed a large chunk of the cappers, but as I predicted, they all died ineffectively. Let's look at this second skirmish. So I'm a bit annoyed because, of course, I wanted to get the province on the other side. So instead, I'm losing a bunch of troops before the battle even starts. Just hoping that the AI doesn't drop another 1,000 gold coins or whatever on province defense. And yeah, we're beating them up, and they rather run away than face the power of our mighty fists. Well, martial arts 10, giants 0. Then there was a battle in the Zaran forest. Callum attacks in winds. Yeah, Callum is now under march too. They have a solid block of flying units and some... Whoop! Yep, then they are flying and landing on top of the enemy. That was it. Yeah, as you can see, flyers are fast. And the result is we have a battle in Dead Forest. Another 3 of our riders die, and there are only losses. Another little unit of Basileus, Commander, Hoplites, you know the drill, dies. And then the province defense dies. It's kind of funny. They tried this again, just as we were advancing, and lost another mage due to being stupid sacks of AI shit. And they are just strong enough that we are wasting a bunch of games on them. Oh wow, what a no one on our side died. I have no idea if those illusions can even be hurt by our dream magic. Anyway, we just roll over everything, and our Pegasus riders are degrading simply because throwing them into suicide attacks. Would be nice if there was an actual enemy army, but nice to see. Ah yes, Siren Forest. They lost some units, but did we actually see their blast? The battle was over pretty damn fast. Ah yeah, those are our toast, especially when all those units drop on them. Do we see some blesses here? That's not normal infantry. Ice protection, so they get stronger in ice, flying, and cold resistance. The Eagle Kings have level 4 in air, so like our glamour mages, they are the best at their shit. And they can fly even in storms. And they are also priests like our She-Lords. They have all, that's from their bless I assume, a really high shock resistance, which of course doesn't concern us since we aren't using air magic anymore, thanks to Dominion 6 saving change things. So after this, there was a battle in Wonga, where we just killed them all, and they killed a lot of units, but apparently all illusions. Well, let's look how my illusion army works out in the field. Let's boost time. Yep, it triggered, and yep, tons and tons of illusions. And then after some wild attacks, whoop, yep, the troglodytes run away. That's a lot of illusions, and it worked out better than I thought it would. Anything else? Then Tiash. Mikone drives Arco out again. Thank you. Then there was a battle, our battle in Dead Forest. We already saw that one. Then events. In faraway sea, our bailiffs are afraid of bandits, which means defense +10. Good. Then in Kuna Era, we get 2 air games thanks to lightning striking large boulders. Next up is Melma, where we find some other poor padline stealing his gems. Oh, we are evil. Now the severely damaged from our smaller force. Yep, that's nice to know. Yeah. Caleb, you're moving fast here. I think attacking Cypher now is a bit too risky. Well, let's move our secondary force in here. That's of course, now we have to do some risks. As flyers, they can move pretty damn far. They're probably not attacking us right now. Otherwise we would have to okay. Let's do it this way. You attack here please, since you still have lots of gems. Well, hopefully the army is strong enough to break to the defenses here, however high they may be. And Uslio is now siege maintainer, just in case something goes wrong. But I'm moving the small force here up, down. And next turn, finally our main army arrives in Kuna Era. Can now switch those back to research. Or not? No, wrong shortcut. Nope. A. Ugh, I'm stupid sometimes. Well, let's research a bit more. Research? Yes. And now researching slightly faster. And unlocking this one neat little mega blur spell I was aiming for. And oh, yes, because they hit us directly in the face, there actually was no counter attack. But since Arco has to move again, we get a chance to move over there with... Is it cold enough? Nope, it's not frozen anymore. Ah, curse our victories. The next turn is we can hopefully get the Royal Forest and then move our slightly diminished Kappas down. And we probably should get some reinforcements for our watery friends. Oh yes, please enter the battlefield down here. It's over here. Oh yes, 2 survivors. Do we have still some commander left over? Nope. Nope, Stein 3D. We need another one. Yeah, things continue slowly. Defense. Ah yes, we should upgrade some defenses to a bare minimum again. Since I think it's not everything up to snuff here. 16 would of course be better, because then we would constantly be rolling against enemy intruders. But I still need my money for other things right now. Oh yes, I keep forgetting so many battles here in the last time. Those outlying provinces should now be safe enough. Ugh. I'm leaving this at 5 for now, since there could be counterattacks anytime. Same here. And then let's see. Optimum would be if I can bring my main army down to Dead Forest, while I'm moving my secondary army around. There is not much left on the enemy capital. I still have no idea what's going on there. Here, Oscar, please go tell me if this is actually accurate. Because if this secondary army here keeps marching on Arco now that the AI is enraged by Arco's attack, we may have a small window to put our secondary army directly on Mekone, or basically prevent the AI from doing anything. And in 2 turns, 1, 2, our main army should reach Dead Forest, and since Dead Forest is almost empty, I probably just leave our Kappas there for a turn, just to make sure Kalum doesn't try to snipe it away. And then I'm putting our main army on Dead Forest so we can finally get some fucking forest provinces. Holy fuck. And hell, if I can actually pull this off and get back on it, that's worth at least 4 other provinces, so that's a nice little gift. It would also spare us having to build another fortress down here to secure our borders. Of course, it would probably be nice if we get across this edge closer to Arco. Lomark would be a nice point for a fortress securing our northeastern border in that direction. But it would also mean that Arco stops attacking Mekone, who leaves me to it. But as you can see, opportunists are doing opportunistic things. I'm just hoping Kalum doesn't attack, because then we have to find a way to smash all those flying warriors. And this means an end to our fine and neat little lines, because then we would have to put everything around our mages so they aren't getting swamped from the get-go. Then we would have to hope that our tons and tons of illusionary units can keep them away from us until we can stab them, since they're not that strong. Now our army gets back home, and we still have some money left over for recruitment. Let's see, 259 is... it doesn't enough for... no. Research mage recruitment commences. So, next turn... there is nothing to build next turn. So we can't recruit more mages then, since I didn't have to spend any money anymore. Here, that's 2... yeah, okay. That's it for this turn. I am now trying to rush our army down here to finally get back on track with our Mekone conquest. The war is basically over at this point, but the AI can of course do some really annoying things to slow us down. And the danger is now not losing, but losing the coming land rush. That's one of the risks in Dominions games. Not only do you have to win a war, if an enemy player bows out and his or her land's becoming a free-for-all, then you have to move fast to snatch up as many provinces as you can and hope that none of your other neighbors suddenly decides that you're an easy target. In this case, Arco and Muspelheim aren't a threat right now because they are fighting each other for now. Calum, however, we had a little run-in. Right now we are at peace, basically by force, because we didn't have a land border, which has now changed. Well, let's see what the future might bring. Because if they are trying to force us out of that forest terrain, I'm guessing I have to hover upwards in the east and then turn on Calum, since Calum is probably easier to fight than Muspelheim at least. And as long as Arco is not losing, that's... well, I really have to go for some thrones right now so I can actually win the game, or have a chance at least. But it's no... I could of course ask Caleb what he is doing. I will probably tell him that he can't have Zufia. That's not costing me much, since he's probably going for it already. Well, yep. Otherwise everything marches onward. Well, that's Liploidi. I'm adding a turn now. Oh, wait. I haven't looked at what my scouts were doing for multiple turns now. Ugh. Has to stay in place as some sort of border guard. You can march a bit. Yeah. No, wait. I put you here so I can look at Mekone's farthest extent here. You can't move at all. You have to stay here so I can see what's going on. Wait, didn't I want you in Comsat? Yeah, okay, you can move, possibly. Move a bit here. It's probably less patrol than the high defense in Muspelheim. Well, we found the enemy capital of Muspelheim, far, far in the east. Arco is a province at the coast. Well. Ah, yes, nope. Completely down to glamour here. But we do have some... we have some combination of... oh, we have actually a combination of water and earth, but that's a long way. Holy shit. We don't really have a lot of water income. I one upgrade to 2, then the magic ring plus 3, 4, 5, plus 2, and feed 3, crystal coin I can forge on 4. That gets painful because we need level 6 in earth. I wait, maybe some of the summons have slightly higher paths, because if I can get a level 5 water, level 6 earth caster, I wouldn't have any problem storming Arco if that becomes possible. I don't think so, because it's more likely that they cave in when Muspelheim steamrolls them. But on the other hand, where exactly was Walheim again? There are tons of thrones here. Nope, it's extended too far. Can for the life of me not see their capital right now. Yeah, it doesn't help. Looking at the super throne doesn't really help if I have no idea where even anything is. So let's march that one around. Oh, here's Marverdi. Now taken over by Vanheim. That would also be a nice target if I can actually get a super mage close enough to cast a super spell. But we don't even have the right paths for now, and our research is far off in the future. But I will take my accounts off, especially as I've already tried and failed 3 times in a row to start a multiplayer game where I can use the spell that I have in mind. But I won't mention it to keep the suspense until I have some caster ready and research in place. She would go, but she has absolutely 0 earth, so it would cost even more gems. Yeah, no, I have to look up if I can summon something that has better paths. Otherwise we have to grow the white caster from scratch. So it will take a long while. You have tons of Nature of Glamour. Yeah, we're kind of a one-trick pony, or I should say one-trick hologram. But that's it. I can't think of anything for now. Diploidi out.